Yo, what is going on? It's the DFS Shark, and we are back with another day of some NBA action. Coming off yesterday's slip, nothing that I can say other than it was an ugly turnout, right? It was a ugly. We only hit 1 out of 5, which ended up being a terrible slip. And I'm going to get into that just now and go over those plays with you. But before we do that, if you are new to PrizePicks, there is a promo code below. Drop that code in there and they will match you up to 100% match deposit bonus, right? So you throw in 50, they're going to give you 50. Throw in 75, they'll give you 75 and match you. Give you some free house money. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of all the promos that PrizePicks has, including today. We got Flex Friday. So on Flex Fridays, what they do is they will give you, a lot of times, it's different at times, but most times they give you a promo. Basically, they give you $20 of protected money. So you can throw in a $20 play. If you lose that play, then they're going to refund you your money usually by the next day. So it's a free play. You know, whatever you win, you keep. If you lose that 20, then you're going to get it right back. So it is a free play. So take advantage of that. With that said, also join the Discord. This is where I give out my plays way before this video comes out, way before you're seeing it, because I have to record this video, do some light editing, upload it, which takes time. So a lot of times the lines change and we don't want that. If you're looking to follow, if you're looking to, tell some of these plays, you want to get the lines where I got them, because even a half-point drop can make a big difference, or sometimes the plays get taken off. So join that Discord. I'm giving them out every morning. I've already sent them out in the Discord this morning, all the plays that I'm about to go over right now. And speaking of that, it is Flex Friday, like I mentioned. So usually they'll release the promo around like 11 Central my time. So usually a lot of my plays are already gone or the lines changed. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be releasing a separate lineup in the Discord only of the second slip that I'm going to be putting in for my Flex Friday, whatever the promo. If it ends up being like the $20 protected play, I'm going to have another 5 or maybe even a 6-man for that play for the slip. So if you want to get access to that as well, just join the Discord. Absolutely free. There's no paywall or anything. It's just so I can get you the plays early. But let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about that slip we had, the 5-man slip, which I was feeling good about. Like I said, we ended up hitting 1 out of 5. Let's throw that up here. You can see here, we only hit on 1 play. And as I've said it in the past, I'm always going to be transparent. I'm always going to post my losses so you can see them, because it's not always cashing every single day. And that's the way it is, especially if you're playing 5-man lines. I'll play a combo of things, but that's just the way it is, man. That's the way it rolls. I'm going to be a man. And when it comes to my losses, I'm going to throw them on here also, because it's my money I'm putting down. And at the end of the day, I'm here to share my plays and share my advice, and you can do with it what you want, right? So I lost yesterday, losing day, you can see here, and I want to kind of go over some of these plays. So Anobi, right? The first half, he only had like 2 shot attempts. So the game just started terrible there. He wasn't even getting shots off. And then by the end of the game, he had his normal amount of shots. He just couldn't hit nothing. I think he was like 1 for 6 or 7 on 3-pointers. So he was missing a ton there, man. He just could not get it going, which was terrible for us. And then Reith, that game was absolutely crazy. The Thunder and Blazers game, if you watch that game, it was like a 50-point, 60-point blowout. They had live betting on that game, and at one point the Blazers were like a plus 60. You could bet plus 60 on them, and I think they still lost by more than 60. I'm not sure, but it was crazy, which caused the flow for us to not work well, because we had 3 players on this game, right? We had Chet, who ended up just missing, as you can see here, because he got pulled halfway through the third, didn't even play the 4th quarter. I was hoping he would hit that line earlier. I knew it would be a blowout, but I didn't think it would be a 60-point blowout. I was thinking more in the 8 to 15 range. But yeah, and then Giddey. Oh man, we got to talk about Giddey. If you got the chance to watch that game last night, especially like the first 5 minutes, if you didn't get to watch it, let me throw up a highlight tape of him real quick so you can see. That's basically Giddey last night. Dude was a force. I have never seen him play like that. I think it was his first triple-double of the year, and he got it like in the first quarter, I think, or something like that. It was absolutely insane. So just a crazy night. But with that night, we are going to be moving on and jumping into tonight. We got a bigger slate, so I'm liking this. I did say be cautious on yesterday's plays. Smaller slate, just not enough variety. But tonight we got a bigger slate, so I'm liking these plays, and let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So jumping in here to DGF, let's take a look at what DGF has today. So their top play of the day is going to be Clint Capella coming in at steals over half, 53.74%. So I'm not on this play, but if you're looking for a play, that'd be a good spot to start, right? Clint Capella on a steal. I love those steals lines. So that's a good one. You can see BetMGM -140, DraftKings -130. Daily grind is where I start my day every day when it comes to picking out these lines and figuring out where I want to be, where I need to be, and I start diving deeper in from there, right? So daily grind, I highly recommend it if you're looking to, your thought process when you're going through plays and bets is like, there's too many plays, I'm not sure what to focus on. Well, daily grind will literally help you with that because they take the best positive EV plus plays, or they take all the plays on the market and they basically put them on a grading scale with the best positive EV plus plays being at the top. And so that is where you can start, right? My plays are not always at the top. Everyone plays this differently. I don't think you can go wrong just playing the top odds to hit either. There's nothing wrong with that as well. So different ways, if you're looking to get into daily grind, if you're looking to at least test it out and see if it's for you, drop that code in Shark at checkout and they'll give you up to 25% off your first month so you can test it out. But let's get into our plays for the day. So I always go over my top 2 plays first. So we're going to go with, if you are following me, we're running it back on James Harden. The other night he got us. He ended up hitting 11 assists, right? But we are running it back on James Harden. Like I said, I am an unders guy. 4 out of 5 of my plays on this slip here are going to be unders. So, and I say that to say, like, some of y'all might not be unders people, right? Y'all might just stick to overs only, and that is perfectly fine. You got to do what works for you. I like going under unders because I go after certain games where there's blowout potential, and I like hitting the unders because players play a lot less minutes. And then I top that off with players who, like, historically through the season or through maybe even last season or maybe the last 5, last 10, looking at trends, who haven't been hitting that number also. So I'm pairing that up with the chance that they'll play less minutes based on game outcomes. Now, does it always go that way? No. Sometimes a team's a -10 and they end up losing by 30. The NBA can go any way. That's why it's pretty much betting what we're doing. It is betting. You never know which way it's going to roll. So we're going to roll with our best chances here. We're rolling with James Harden. So let's take a look at what the game script is looking like. So the Clippers here, -8.5 on the road, right? -8.5. So if everything works out how it should, the Clippers should have a heavy lead. They should be pulling their starters by midway through the 4th, maybe at the beginning of the 4th, as you saw the Thunder yesterday, halfway through the 3rd and all of the 4th. So blowouts have the potential to do that. And that's where I'm liking James Harden. So if you look at his stats and trends, he's been crushing the over on the assist. He has been crushing it. This was the game we had him last game, 11. So this game was supposed to be a blowout, right? It was like a -8 through 10, something like that against Toronto. But Toronto just was making every shot. I was watching that whole game. They were literally making every shot they couldn't miss. You can see they played them close all throughout the whole game. Harden ended up playing 33 minutes. So in a game that I'm hoping, the way the flow goes, I'm hoping he plays somewhere around here, 29 to 28 minutes, maybe even less if it's a bigger blowout. So that's what I'm hoping for the season. He's at 63%, but lately he's been on a tear when it comes to these assists, right? And if you look at his head-to-head here, he has played them twice this season. He went for 13 here, and then he went for 3 here. So he's split on those. So Harden is going to be our guy for our number 2 play of the day. Like I said, I'm going to be rolling with them. It's up to you if you want to follow this one. If you're not comfortable after the other night, I understand. I understand. But we're going to be running it back on Harden tonight. And for our number 1 play, it's going to be another under. We're going to be going Trae Young, PRA, right? We're going less than here. Before I dive deep into him, let me just show you what RotoWire has Harden at. So RotoWire has Harden playing about 35 minutes, which I hope he plays less, and at about 8.2 assists. So under that number as well. Let's pull up Trae Young here. PRA 43.5. So for the season, he is at 56% on this line. His last 10, he is at 50%. His last 20, he is at 40% here. And so keep in mind that Halliburton is out on this game as well. And the spread in this game has the Pacers, or the Hawks as the favorite, -5.5. Pella here looks like a game time decision. So besides those two, the major ones I see is just really Halliburton. But I'm liking Trae Young here to stay under. He has had games where last time they played Indiana, keep in mind Halliburton was in this game, he only had 21, right? He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Now he has the potential, obviously, to go off, put up 40 points here. He put up 31 points here, 44 total, 56 total. So, and he does play heavy minutes, but there's times where he can play low minutes like this right here, 28, even 34. I would say it's low for him because he's usually in the 40s every single game. A lot of times he's averaging about 37.4, but I'm liking this Trae Young to stay under this. I think the line just might be inflated a little too much, and we can see head to head versus the Pacers. Historically, he has not done well. This is going back to 2022, but he has been under this line 4 out of 5 times. And the one time he went over, it was barely by about 4 points. That's a good amount. But Trae Young, man, I'm going to be rolling with him. He's going to be my top play of the day. I'm hoping he has a slow start here, and I'm hoping that the Pacers just don't play well, right? I'm really hoping the Hawks blow out the Pacers. Without Halliburton, I can see that happening, right? And yeah, I can just see that happening without Halliburton. That's a huge key for the Pacers offense. Their offense runs through him, right? And so there's games where he's putting up like 20 assists. So that's only making the team better and stronger. So without him, I think that could be a big turning point for the Pacers. And I think Trae Young's going to take advantage of that, but not too much, right? We don't need him to go off too much. I think he's still going to stay under the line, but I do think they're going to get that win in a blowout fashion. I would say maybe by 7 to 10 points. But this is what I'm going to be rolling with, man. And if we look at RotoWire, we can see here his PRA. If you add all that up, it comes to about 41 to 42 points. So they have him going under the PRA as well. And let's dive into DGF here and take a look at these two and see what they have him at. So you can see Harden here. We find him, we scroll down here, it's the 4th line on Harden. They have him at a 51.93%, right? So looking at some of the books here, FanDuel -122, DraftKings -125, BetMGM -125, Bovada -125. So pretty good juice on him. Pretty good juice on Harden tonight. Not as high as some of my other ones. Some of them are -130, 140, but I'm liking this play. I'm liking the flow of this game as well. So let's go into Trae Young here. All right, so we got Trae Young here, and we're looking for his PRA under. So you can see here, it's his their number 2 play. They have him under and 51.68%. And a big reason I'm liking this play also, as you can see, Pinnacle here is seeing something. They have it at a -143. That's pretty high odds from supposedly the sharpest sports book, Pinnacle, known as the sharpest sports book, right? -143, FanDuel -115, DraftKings -120, Bliff -135. So odds are on their side with these, and so that's what we're gonna be rolling with. Let's get into our next top 3 besides this one, right? We're gonna go back to the Philly game here against Memphis, and we're going Tyrese Maxey. And I know I like my blocks and steals lines, right? And we're going to go under on Maxey on these blocks and steals. Same thing here. I'm thinking the flow of the game is going to cause them to pull the starters, giving him less chances to get this line. Levine, we are going over to Chicago here, and we're going to be doing 3-pointers made. We are going less than here. For this season, I know he was out for a bit. He just came back recently, but for the season, he has not been hitting threes more than basically 3 threes a game. he has not been hitting that number well. He's been under about 60 to 70% of the time. I just don't think he's going to hit this line. You know, he could always hit it, but this is going to be my next play. The next play here, Wembanyama. So this one, I still locked it in at 10 rebounds when I was doing my research, and the number I had was 9.5 rebounds. But when I went to go put it in, it jumped up to 10. I'm still going to roll with it. This is a close spread here. It's like a -2 versus the Hornets. So I'm going to be rolling with Wembanyama based on the fact that I think he's going to get more playing time because it is going to be a close play game. I don't think this will be a blowout. So I think he will get 30, 32, 33 plus minutes, which if he's getting that much time in a game, I think he will have no problem hitting this amount of rebounds. But let's run through these again. So we can see here, we got Harden, 9.5 assists. We got him less than. We got Trae Young, 43.5 PRA. We got less. We got Tyrese Maxey, 1.5 blocks plus steals. We got less. Levine, 2.5 3-pointers made. We're going less. And then Wembanyama here at 10 rebounds. We are going to be going more. That's going to be our PrizePicks plays for the day. Like I said in the beginning of the video, play what you feel comfortable with. 4 out of 5 of these are unders. If you're not an unders person, roll with the over or just don't play in general, right? Because I'm giving out these plays because these are the plays that I'm playing every day. This is what I'm putting my money on. So I'm sharing that, and you can do kind of what you want. You know, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. We're going to get hot, we're going to get cold. That's the way it rolls when you're playing 5-man lines on PrizePicks. You have to always keep that in mind. You're not doing straight bets or anything like that. So there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but when you hit, the thing is you're hitting 10Xs, you're hitting 25Xs. So always have good bankroll management. You shouldn't be playing all of your bankroll in one night. You should be spreading it out to where if you lose, 20, 30 plus bets, you're still good. Because I only play usually 2 to 3% of my bankroll, right? So whatever your bankroll is right now on PrizePicks, take 2% of that, take 3% of that. And that's a good spot to play for the day. And you can break that, let's say it's 20, you could break that up into, a 4-man line, a 5-man line, a 2-man line, whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you feel like your strategy. Now, the most upside strategy is obviously going to run 5- and 6-man lines. But just keep in mind, if you do that, you're going to lose a lot more. But your winnings will make up for that, or they should if you're hitting 25Xs, 10Xs. But with that said, later on today, I'm going to drop another lineup. It might be some of these plays mixed in. It might be a whole new set of 5 or 6 guys that I'm going to be rolling with. I'm going to be dropping that in the Discord for the Flex Friday promo. So if you want to get that line, join the Discord. The link is going to be below the DFS Shark Tank. That is where I'm sharing these plays absolutely free. Like I said, no paywall or anything like that. So jump in there. I'm going to be sending out that line. And also, I also forgot to mention, I am going to be releasing a video later today going over my NFL plays, my top 5 plays for this weekend for playoffs round 1. So I'm excited for that. NFL is like pretty much my #1 sport that I follow. It just, obviously it's not on as much, so I can't talk about it daily, but I absolutely love the NFL, and I'm gonna be releasing my top 5 plays. So put those notifications on so you can get that video when it drops. It's gonna be coming out later today. I'm not exactly sure what time, but it will be out later today. So be on the lookout for that. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good rest of the day and take care.